there is a significant deal with Toyota. But if you said, what's my best guess? I would say my best guess is that there'll probably be something significant, maybe on a much higher volume level.
I simply want to make ever better car, no matter what kind of the powertrain they have.
Elon Musk just dropped a truth bomb, saying Toyota's new engine will crush the entire EV industry. Yeah, the guy who basically turned electric cars into a religion is now side-eyeing Toyota like they just pulled off the ultimate plot twist.
Pessimistic.
Because as we all know, Tesla and Toyota have been on completely different paths for years. One is leading the charge in electric vehicles. The other has been stubbornly holding on to hybrid and combustion engines like it's still the early 2000s. But what just happened in Japan has flipped the entire conversation on its head.
The world was very different.
Elon Musk, the face of the EV revolution, the guy who spent the last decade proving that gas-powered cars are obsolete, was suddenly sitting in Toyota's headquarters in late 2024. He wasn't there to gloat. He wasn't there for some casual industry talk. Toyota invited him, and that alone should tell you something is going on.
What we call the secret master plan.
Let's be real. Companies don't do this. No CEO in their right mind hands over their biggest secrets to their biggest competitor. Toyota could have kept things quiet, pushed their new tech behind the scenes, and let the world find out when it was too late. But instead, they wanted Elon Musk to see it firsthand.
They have made one of the most complex engines or complex drivetrains in the history of the...
They wanted him to witness it with his own eyes, and whatever he saw in that room was so disruptive, so game-changing, that when he walked out, he looked different. The same Elon Musk who usually has a comeback for everything, who laughs off competitors, who constantly reminds people that EVs are the future. He was silent. He refused to give details. He didn't mock Toyota. He didn't downplay it. Instead, he came back and said just one thing. Toyota's new engine will destroy the entire EV industry.
Toyota says that it has finally developed a hydrogen-powered engine that will basically demolish electric cars.
That's not some PR stunt at all. That's just Musk straight up acknowledging that Tesla, the company that turned the entire auto industry upside down, was now facing a threat it never expected. And now, let's talk about the meeting that changed everything. This was a closed-door, 6-hour-long deep dive into something Toyota had been quietly working on. Something so advanced, so completely different from the EV movement, that they needed Elon Musk to see it himself.
That it is the future of the automotive industry, and Toyota is still saying that by 2040, the majority of the automotive industry worldwide will be hydrogen-powered cars, trucks, buses. Basically everything will be powered by hydrogen.
Toyota's CEO, Koji Sato, personally welcomed Musk into their most advanced research facility. No cameras, no press, no leaks. Just Musk, Toyota's top engineers, and a piece of technology that apparently rewrote the rules of the game. Usually when Tesla's competition tries something new, Musk is the first to call it out. He'll mock slow progress, rip apart outdated tech, or just tweet a laughing emoji and move on. But this time, silence. No Twitter thread, no dismissive jokes, no attempt to spin it as just another outdated Toyota project.
Guys, there is an article right now on Automotive News that has revealed Toyota's plans for hydrogen.
All he said was that Tesla would need to work much harder to create something even better. That's the closest thing to defeat Musk has ever admitted to. So what did Toyota show him? What could possibly make the CEO of Tesla, the guy who bet everything on EVs, question the future of his own industry? So let me give you the inside scope right here.
There's a whole range of things that Toyota's working on. They're investing so much money in this. They've also partnered with a fossil fuel company.
The engine Toyota just revealed is not a hybrid in the way people think about hybrids. It's not a Prius-style compromise, where an electric motor barely offsets an old-school gasoline system. This is something else entirely. It's highly compact, ultra efficient, and integrated with hybrid systems in a way no other automaker has ever attempted. Here's where things get crazy. This engine runs on multiple fuels. That alone already puts it in a category of its own, because right now, the battle between electric and gas-powered cars is one of absolutes. You either plug in or you fill up. But Toyota just broke that binary. This new powertrain can burn gasoline, synthetic e-fuels, biodiesel, and most importantly, hydrogen.
Hydrogen engine development has really contributed to our deeper understanding of engine heat efficiency.
That last one is where everything shifts. Because when people hear hydrogen, they think of fuel cells, the tech that companies like Honda and Hyundai have been pushing for years. But that's not what Toyota is doing here. This is not a fuel cell. Toyota has figured out a way to burn hydrogen inside an internal combustion engine, just like gasoline, but without the carbon emissions. This means no slow charging times, no massive battery packs, no reliance on lithium, cobalt, or nickel, and most importantly, no need for a complete overhaul of the global fueling infrastructure. EV advocates have spent years arguing that internal combustion is doomed because governments around the world are phasing out gas stations in favor of chargers. But Toyota's play throws a wrench into that entire plan. A hydrogen-burning engine means existing gas stations could be modified rather than replaced. It means zero carbon emissions without the need for massive battery factories. And it means Toyota can scale up this technology much faster than anyone can build a charging network to match Tesla's.
Approximately 10 times more than normal petrol, normal gasoline. 10 times more.
And let's talk about efficiency. Toyota's engineers didn't just slap hydrogen combustion into an old design and call it a day. They shrunk the entire system down by 10 to 20%, making it one of the most compact engines ever developed. And in the world of car manufacturing, size matters. A smaller engine means lighter cars, better aerodynamics, and lower production costs. Tesla's biggest challenge right now is how expensive and resource-intensive it is to build an EV at scale. Toyota just bypassed that entire problem. The implications of this are massive. For years, the biggest criticism of electric cars has been infrastructure. Charging stations are still too few, charging takes too long, and upgrading power grids to handle a world full of EVs would take decades. Toyota just skipped over all of that. A hydrogen-burning engine would allow fast refueling times comparable to gas-powered cars, without the baggage of gasoline. It also sidesteps the biggest nightmare scenario EV advocates have been trying to ignore: the battery supply chain.
A 1.5-litre engine with turbo and naturally aspirated configurations has been developed, as well as a 2-litre turbocharged version, and these new engines will have shorter strokes and less torque.
Right now, the entire EV industry is shackled to lithium, cobalt, and nickel mining. These are not endless resources, and the mining process itself is a human rights and environmental disaster. Most of the world's cobalt comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where reports have exposed child labor, toxic pollution, and brutal working conditions. Lithium extraction, especially in South America's Lithium Triangle, Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, has already led to water shortages and ecological devastation. And nickel? Over 60% of the world's nickel supply comes from politically unstable regions. This is not a sustainable model for an industry that claims to be the future. Toyota's new engine eliminates all of that. No massive battery means no dependency on these raw materials, no billion-dollar battery factories, no mining booms, no environmental disasters disguised as green energy revolutions. The auto industry has been pretending that this isn't a problem, but Toyota just called their bluff. And here's the most brutal part for Tesla and every other EV manufacturer. This tech is coming fast. Toyota, Mazda, and Subaru have already announced joint development of these new engines, and leaks suggest they could be hitting production as soon as 2026. That's less than 2 years away. The entire world has been acting like EVs are inevitable, like it's only a matter of time before gas cars are gone forever. But now, that timeline just got shattered. Toyota isn't asking people to buy into a new world. They're making sure people don't have to. Elon Musk's reaction might have been a moment of shock, but for Tesla, the real battle is just beginning. So if you want to see how this war unfolds, hit that subscribe button right now.